Live from Claris Engage, it's FM Training TV. And now your host, Richard Carlton.
Hi everyone, I'm Richard Carlton. Welcome to FMTV, where every day we are having a lot of fun with the Claris FileMaker platform. Today I have special guest stars with us here. We are at Claris Engage 2025, and I have Danny Mack. Hi Danny, how are you?
Hey, Richard.
And then we have Adam Aronson, who's also here in the sound booth next to us. How's it going? Good?
It's going great.
You folks have some exciting news. So you had a contest to name your company, a new name for the company, or what's going on with you guys?
No, not quite. But we are joining forces. FullCity and Codence have merged, and we're announcing that today at Engage, and press releases have gone out. We're very excited and very proud of it.
Everybody's inbox is blowing up already, right, Danny?
So let me ask a question. So this is let's just throw this one to Adam briefly. So the audience here, the FileMaker community wants to know, they're probably familiar with your organizations. You've been around a long time, FullCity and Codence, and before Codence, it was really New Millennium, right?
Right.
The question is what does this mean for the developer community? I always ask people why they should care, and I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, why is it relevant?
Yeah, so it's two of the premier platinum partners who are joining forces and doubling down on Claris and everything Claris has to offer, right? We wouldn't be doing this if we were thinking that there wasn't something to be gained by multiplying and putting more effort into the Claris market, right? So, yeah, so we're two firms with strong FileMaker foundations. And Claris foundations, why would we not double down on that?
And so you folks been through already a confidential briefing this morning that I've seen part of that. And so you've already seen that. So you're feeling good about the direction of the platform?
We are. And we've been tracking, of course, for years and years and years. And it's a very strong message, strong strategy, only getting stronger, adapting to the AI wave and taking advantage of it.
Okay, so quick question. So products in market. So obviously you do professional development. And I know that you're one of the few people that's actually made money building a vertical market application. People ask me all the time about, hey, how can I take this app that I have and become rich and famous, right? That kind of thing. And you have an accounting package you built, and that's still in market?
Yeah, since 1997, rewritten multiple times along the way, Genesis Accounting and the full Genesis Financial Suite. And the latest module announced at this Engage as well is Genesis BI. It is a full charting, dashboarding system with JavaScript-based application using web viewers or using FileMaker as the backend to feed JavaScript to websites.
Wow. So BI being business intelligence, right?
Indeed.
So, okay.
Yeah. And that's, let me just chime in here and say that is such a game changer, we think, in the industry. Just to rewind back a little bit, our business partner, Rajiv Gosain, right, when he came to FullCity, he came with a BI and analytics background, right? He was very, very well versed, having used Tableau and those tools at E-Trade and his work there. So when he and I joined forces, I thought, oh, wow, I saw it. Our customers were asking for it, right? Analytics and BI is something that we were being asked for for years, right? People, 30 years of data in FileMaker. How do I wrap a crystal ball around it, right? So needless to say, like what part of what Codence had to offer was that they shared that passion for BI, and they shared that passion for finance and analytics. And so that was definitely one of the key components here that made us excited about partnering with Codence.
Wow, very exciting. So people purchase and can have, I guess, subscriptions to the Genesis accounting package. And so the BI this is a new module for that they can add on or purchase in?
Actually, for Genesis clients who already have Genesis accounting, it's included in their annual subscription. And then for new clients who don't have Genesis accounting, don't need Genesis accounting for whatever reason, it's an application you can connect to any FileMaker backend or frankly any data source. It doesn't have to be FileMaker. Anything with a REST API, SQL, you can pull the data from any data warehouse.
Very impressive.
Indeed. I think the portion I mentioned earlier, right? I keep thinking about this merger as a force multiplier, right? But there's this Venn diagram that we both share FileMaker in the middle. And then there's the other stuff that we do. And I've always been a fan, as I've talked about FullCity, is, what differentiates us. And I think just now adding more to that discussion with all the things that Codence brings to FullCity, I think there's something we could talk about there. I think another thing that might be worth mentioning is that Rajiv and I have always mentioned that, as the two C-suite employees in the company, we were both not exceptionally technical people, right? I always faked it till I maked it. And now bringing Danny in, that totally changes that game for us, right? Danny is well known for his technical chops and accomplishments. So now we feel like we've crossed that off our bucket list, right?
And I can add on, if it's not just me, we have a team, and principals in our company on our tech side are very, very strong and diverse, but also especially deep in FileMaker, but web technologies and
AI.
AI, doing integrations with all kinds of other platforms. And then FullCity does bring some other expertise and strengths as a HubSpot partner. So we're bringing a lot together.
So you're consolidating under the FullCity name.
Well, we are. FullCity is the parent company, but we are keeping the Codence brand, and we're continuing to do business as Codence. We have an established base of clients, and for now, we're maintaining both names. The thing I think may be interesting to some people in the community, and it's a common problem for developers who run smaller businesses, to do it all. You sell, you have to, first of all, you have to do some marketing, you have to do some networking, do some selling, then you're doing project development and software development, and then you're doing tech support, and then you're doing emergency support, and then oh wait, they didn't pay their bill, now we're doing collections. Now, of course, when you're one or two people, that's particularly challenging, but when you get bigger, you still have that problem. And I'm thrilled to say we have enough people now with the sales strengths of Rajiv and Adam. Not that we don't have some sales people in our team, but we're just so much stronger there. And then the depth of our technical team in all the different areas, and we can back each other up. Someone can go on vacation. It's including me, maybe. So we'll see.
Yeah, being able to go on vacation is a critical skill set to maintain an organization. Otherwise, you get calls while you're on the cruise ship, which is always exciting.
Yeah. And Danny, you just gave me an opportunity to plug my session on Wednesday morning, right? Which is about scaling a firm and all the challenges you go through, the inflection points. And when Rajiv and I started working, it was for the reasons that you just said. When we started working together, it was for that very thing, is that I realized, like, no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't going to be able to get to a certain place where I wanted to be without help, without somebody else with some varied expertise and different expertise than mine, right?
Absolutely. So you have a session, and for those of you who are not here at Engage, I believe Claris is going to be putting the sessions up for sale, so you can hear the speaker talk and then probably their screen, right? So I don't know where that'll be posted at, but you should be able to catch all the sessions, I think, with the exception of the keynote. I think they're going to skip that one. They always seem to suppress that one. They don't service as keynote. But so your session is, what's the title of your session again?
Scaling a consulting firm in turbulent times.
Wow, there you go. All very exciting. All right, everyone. Well, with that in mind, we greatly appreciate these folks. They've been pillars of the FileMaker community for many, many years. And feel free to reach out to them. The best way is what? FullCity?
FullCity.com.
.com? All right. I appreciate it. You folks.
Thanks, Richard.
You have a good day.
Thanks, Richard. Really appreciate the opportunity.